So Stri dharma, as you see the word, Stri means a woman, right? The dharma of a woman. So when we say a woman, c'est-à-dire a girl when she is still in the house of the father, and she gets married, she is a wife, she becomes a mother, right? C'est ça what we call a woman, right? So the word itself says she has many roles to play, right? So when we are talking about Stri dharma, if we see the definition as per the Sanskrit dictionary, right? L'idéal Stri dharma, c'est the duty of a woman ou bien of a wife. The laws concerning women, c'est Stri dharma. Si nous prenons dharma as laws, so there are certain laws for women. Menstruation, c'est another Stri dharma, and copulation, that is the sexual relationship. Ça aussi, c'est so duty. Of course, for procreation. Now, this is from the Veda. This is a must to write in your work, right? Where women are provided place of honor, gods are pleased and reside there in that household. You should write it in your work, this one, as per the Veda. Okay. C'est ça veut dire que God resides, God lives at that place where women are respected, are given the place of honor. Wherever women is ill-treated, right, God does not stay there. Okay. Now, previously, what was the status of women? Of course, we are talking in India. The status of women. I don't know if last time I told you that, or maybe it was another one. In the compilation of the Vedas were done by rishis, by sages. Among those sages, there were rishikas. Rishikas, c'est-à-dire female sages. Among them, there were rishikas, approximately 24 rishikas. So together with the male sages, they were in meditation, they got teachings of the Veda, and then they got them compiled, etc. Right? You know the whole story here. So just think about, firstly, we are talking, let's say maybe at the time of creation right now. What was the status of women? In a society, Indian society, there were female sages. It's a big deal in itself, right? Parce que après, nous trouvons que situation changes, right? So the status of women has been subject to many changes over time, over the Indian history over time. Whether you talk about the Aryan who came to India, who were living in India, you have the invasion of the Muslims in India, what we call the Mughal. We have also the invasion of the British in India. So the status of women keep on changing, right? There were many other issues, problems, situations, which brought changes to the status of women. Okay. Souvent des fois, in Hinduism, people believe that women, they are considered to be Lakshmi. No. Lakshmi, c'est-à-dire we give the ladies, the women, the status of God, of goddess. So from goddess, the status changed. We got practices like female infanticide, killing of female babies. Si a girl is born, they will kill the baby because the female baby is considered to be a burden for them, right? the dowry, the child marriage, the taboo on widow remarriage, and then coming the caste problem, right? So things changes concerning the status of women. Then law, the Constitution of India, the law had to interfere in that to stop the problem. We have the British, during the British rule, we had the East India Company. In India, that is the duration, Kutnishena East India Company in India. This company, c'était quoi? C'est pas une company like, you know, for profits and all, no, c'est pas ça. But c'est to bring changes in the country. East India Company, there were British in that, and there were also Indians in that. Okay, il y en a aussi reformers qui viennent dedans. Okay, so this was the East India Company, and they were trying to remedy situations, British and Indians together, right? And British in the British governance, British Raj, British governance in India, there were measures taken so that women could live properly, right? We have the Bengal Sati regulation, you know, the Roy, your reformer, okay, que Sati was banned. We have the Hindu Widows Remarriage Act. Okay. You need not remember the dates. I've written it there just for you to know the time period. We have the Female Infanticide Prevention Act. So, qui fait no besoin an act like this because we have problems. And then we have to remedy the situation, to ameliorate the situation, right? So then there were many changes in the law, in the constitution, women's rights under Constitution of India, which include equality, dignity, and freedom from discrimination. La loi, the Constitution of India, endowed equality, their dignity, and freedom from discrimination. That is, they are no less compared to men, right? Now, what does Manu Smriti say about women? Now, these are all translations of the verses of Manu Smriti. I'm not going to tell you to learn all the verses to write in your work. You need to know the different ideas, the different points. You select your verse you can remember to write in your work, right? There are important things, as I made it bold, and there will be others also. What you considered easier for you, you can quote in your work, right? I leave this up to you. So in Manu Smriti, see what has been said. It is the nature of women to seduce men in the world. Partly maybe, well, it's not a matter of discussion right now, but partly it can be true or not, depending on us, depending on our views, bien sûr, right? For that reason, the wise are never unguarded in the company of females. Women, true to their class character, are capable of leading astray men. So the women can astray men, like a man to walk on the path of adharma, right? Not only a fool, but even a learned and wise. They can both become slaves of desire. Slaves of desire, here desire refer to the woman, right? Where a woman can make even a learned, a wise man forget their duties. Here, we need to put in mind also in the society at that time, the different types of women we had, right? We had women like Sati, for example. We had women like Sati, I mean chaste women, right? You can say Sita or Draupadi, whatever. But history has known many women like Surpanakha also. Surpanakha was in the Ramayana, the sister of Ravan. She wanted to enchant Ram, but Ram said that, oh, I'm already married, go to Lakshman. Libliye Ram, ya good Lakshman, right? So Manusmriti has been written during for the Kali Yuga people, right? Because we have these problems today. So he is guiding us, right? So this is what he said about women. Wise people should avoid sitting alone with one's mother, daughter, or sister. Peut-être si je ne regarde pas un film longtemps, film indien, peut-être you will understand what Manusmriti is saying here. Okay. No one was sitting alone with ladies, right? Since carnal desire is always strong. Là, comme si show, woman as the object, as a sexual object, right? But Sinapu discuss, of course, lots of discussion, but let's stick to what he has said. One should not marry women who have reddish hair, redundant parts of the body, such as 6 fingers, one who is often sick, one without hair, having excessive hair, or who has red eyes. Men should not marry such women. One should not marry women whose names are similar to constellations, trees, rivers, etc. Snakes, slaves, Zutnon, pareil, for example, Ganga, river Ganga, like that. Wise men should not marry women who do not have a brother and whose parents are not socially well known. It's difficult to practice this in today's situation also. Wise men should marry only women who are free from bodily defects. Okay, bodily, okay, with different beautiful names, right? Brahman men, Siddhartha Brahmin, sages, Tusab, and priests, those who come in the highest category, can marry Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and even Shudra women. And Brahman, the cave marié avec une madame, avec une fille, of course, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, ou bien Shudra. But Shudra men can marry only Shudra women. Maybe you will think, maybe you are thinking, oh, this is discrimination. Okay. Although Brahman, Kshatriya, and Vaishya men have been allowed intercaste, even in distress, they should not marry Shudra women. When it twice born Vijay and Brahman. Not alien twice born, parce qu'il est Jane. Okay. When it twice born men, in their folly, marry low caste Shudra women, they are responsible for their degradation of the family. And Dwij and Brahman, Limaye and Shudra women. Likav Maye, it's up to him. But if he does so, he should be ready for degradation of the whole family. Right? Bon, pour moi, at a glance, this is discrimination. But if we think the idea behind, when we talk about the 4 castes, the Brahman, the Kshatriya, the Vaishya, and the Shudra, in India, the Shudras, they are people who are uneducated, who are illiterate. Most of them, I'm saying. Nous prenons l'époque avant. Hein? Most of them, they were illiterate. Now, quand in a couple, usually it is scientifically proven. It is scientifically proven when the woman gets pregnant, okay, ça l'intelligence qui madame là, et a l'enfant aussi gagne l'intelligence pareille. Okay, so if the woman is illiterate and the child, comment li peut être, we can think about. According to me, this is the idea behind this rule. Okay, because this is what has been scientifically proven. All right. So this can be the idea behind. But yes, for sure, this is, pour moi, this is discrimination aussi. De nos jours, we talk about, the liberty, the freedom of marrying anyone, right? So a Brahmin who marries a Shudra woman degrades himself and his whole family. Food offered and served to Brahmin after Shrad ritual. Shrad, c'est after funeral, tout ça, ne pas faire la prière, funeral, c'est un Shrad ritual, should not be seen by a pig, by a dog, menstruating women. Menstruating women. C'est aussi normalement, c'est pas vraiment l'idée derrière ça, what I'm going to say. Previously, whenever women were menstruating, they were not allowed in kitchen. Et quelle raison tu peux donner that she is impure? That was the reason given. But truly, it is not the exact reason that she should not enter kitchen. In kitchen, we have many stuff to do. We also work with the knife. And when a woman is menstruating, she has pain, she needs rest. That was the reason why women were not allowed in kitchen. But with time, people considering themselves to be very wise, with time, nun ena and lot perception of this, right? But this is what I'm not saying non plus que Manu is not wise. C'est pas ça what I mean, right? But this is it. A Brahmin should not have his meals in company of his wife and even avoid looking at her. He should not look towards her when she's having her meals, or when she sneezes, or when she yawns. The Brahman should not look at his wife. Lipe toujours cause the Brahman man. A Brahman, in order to preserve his energy and intellect, must not look at women who applies collyrium to her eyes, one who is massaging her nude body, one who is delivering a child. Okay, so and Brahman n'est pas supposé get some type of women who is delivering, who is massaging the body, right? One should not accept meal from a woman who has extramarital relation, nor from a family exclusive, dominated, managed by women. Si une family managed by women, we should not have meal from that woman. Peut-être je vais penser banal. I won't comment on that. Of course it is, but a female child, young woman, old woman is not supposed to work independently even at her place of residence. A child, a girl, a woman married, ou bien quand elle est vieille aussi, she is not supposed to be independent. Girls are supposed to be in the custody of their father when they are not married. Women must be under the custody of the husband after marriage. And if she is a widow, she needs to be under the custody of her son. In no circumstances, she is allowed to be independent. Mais aujourd'hui, nous trouvons les contraires, bien sûr. Right. At times, women are better alone, independent. Pas écrire ça dans le devoir. Men may be lacking virtue, be sexual perverts, immoral, devoid of any good quality, yet the women must constantly worship and serve their husband. Ça veut dire de mots en créole qui qualité husband ou gagné là. Hein? Il mérite être un husband ou pas. The woman should always be by his side. Right? So this one you should definitely write in your work. Okay. And of course, this one also. Women have no divine right to perform any religious ritual alone. Okay, alone. No make vows or observe a fast. Her only duty is to obey and please her husband, and she will for that reason alone be exalted in heaven. If the husband does not like that the woman keep fast, go to temple, the woman must not go. This is what he wants to say here. Quelque part, this is the definition of a chaste woman according to Manu. Stri dharma, which is the duty of the Stri. At her pleasure, after the death of the husband, quand il y a une widow, the woman, let her emaciate her body by living only on pure flowers, roots of vegetables and fruits. In India, c'est une pratique qui se fait, and widow, si tu get film Raj Kapoor, Saban film, you will see that in the movies. A widow, quand madame a une widow, li pas mange and mange qui fricassé, qui nous appelle fricassé. Normalement, li bouillit, li mange fruits, roots, etc. And she sleeps on the ground, not on the bed, right? Everything is separate, even ce plat is séparé. And she's not supposed to sit with the family to eat. She's going to eat alone, right? That was the situation previously. She must not even mention the name of any other man after husband has died. But de nos jours, we talk about widow remarriage. System société que nous cause Manusmriti has given the law of the Hindu society. C'est sa même société que après li encourage widow remarriage, right? So laws are here, okay, these are rules to be followed, yes, but if they are practical, this is my point of view, pour moi, carrément, ça n'est pas practical at all. If a rule is hurting someone, the feelings of someone, in this case, and widow dans la case où j'ai dit ou pas gain droit manger à table avec nous, go in and sit in a certain corner and you eat your food. We are hurting the feelings of the person. For moi, such a rule should not even exist and be practiced, right? Any woman violating duty or code of conduct toward her husband is disgraced and becomes a patient of leprosy. That is, she will get the disease leprosy. Si li pas go according to the husband. After death, she enters the womb of a chaka. That is depicting an animal, right? How I interpret this, of course, we need to respect the feelings, the decisions of the partner. normal, we need to respect. Vice versa, c'est pas seulement the woman, but the man as well. Right? Et if she does not obey, go as per the husband, she will take birth again as an animal. Ça, c'est typically karma here. And as you know, as per the Purushartha, we are not supposed, of course, to have extramarital affairs. We need to be faithful, etc. But if we are not, c'est un péché qui ne peut pas ne peut faire. Of course, this will have an impact on karma, right?